Human history has been marked by an incomplete view of money. It has been seen as a scarce resource, as prey to be hunted with effort and anxiety, as cold metal to be hoarded out of fear of losing it. This perception has created entire generations trapped in the vibration of lack, in chronic financial stress, and in the illusion that abundance depends on external factors. But the truth that metaphysics reveals is much deeper. Money is not a dead object, it is living energy. It is a vital flow that responds to the frequency of your inner state. It is not about chasing it, but about expressing it. It is not about hoarding it out of fear, but about allowing it to flow through you like a river that never stops. The source of all provision is not a boss, a contract, or a specific opportunity. Those are merely channels, temporary conduits. The true source is unique and eternal. Divine intelligence, the boundless wellspring that sustains creation. When your consciousness contracts in fear, the conduits become blocked. When your consciousness expands in certainty, faith, and purpose, the channel is cleared and the river flows once more. This journey is an invitation to remember that abundance is not a stroke of luck or a future promise. It is your natural state, your divine right, the consequence of living in alignment with the source. The metaphysics of money is not a belief, it is a law. And when you understand these laws, your relationship with money changes forever. You stop seeing it as a struggle and recognize it as a reflection of your inner vibration. Before starting this video, remember to subscribe and like it. Most people are trapped in an incomplete view of money. They see it as a scarce resource, as prey to be hunted with effort and anxiety, and this perception keeps them in a constant state of fear. The fear of losing what they've gained, the fear that it will never be enough, the fear that the source will run dry. This fear is the true energy block that prevents abundance from flowing. Metaphysics reveals a deeper truth. Money isn't something to be pursued, it's something to be expressed. It's not a dead object, it's living energy. And you are the channel that allows that energy to flow or stagnate. Abundance doesn't come from a stroke of luck or an unexpected inheritance. It comes from your connection to the source, to that divine intelligence that sustains the universe and never runs out. Imagine your life as a system of pipes. Employment, business, opportunities are just conduits. The true source of provision is one, the unlimited source. When your consciousness contracts in fear, the pipes become blocked and the flow is interrupted. But when your consciousness expands in certainty, faith, and purpose, the channel is cleared and the river flows again. Scarcity is not an external reality, it is an internal state. It is the reflection of a mind that has forgotten its connection to the source. Abundance, on the other hand, is not a prize that comes from outside, but the natural consequence of living in alignment with the source. Money ceases to be a pursuit and becomes a mirror of your inner state. This is the beginning of a journey toward a new understanding. Money is vital energy that responds to your vibration. When you change your frequency, when you stop operating from fear and begin to live from certainty, the universe responds accordingly. Money flows not because you chase it, but because your energy resonates with the abundance that already exists. Money, like everything else in the universe, is governed by a fundamental law, the law of vibration. Everything that exists is energy, and everything vibrates at a specific frequency. The most common mistake is thinking about money from the perspective of scarcity. When the mind is filled with fear of debt, anxiety about what's missing, or despair about the future, the frequency contracts and becomes dense. This vibration blocks the flow because the expansive energy of money cannot pass through a channel closed by fear. The law of resonance is clear. You attract what you are, not what you desire. If your inner state is, "I don't have enough," the universe honors that definition and manifests precisely that, "You don't have enough." It's not a punishment, it's energetic coherence. The vibration of need only attracts more need. The path to abundance demands a radical shift in frequency. It's about moving from doubt to certainty, from fear to purpose, from contraction to expansion. Certainty is a high-powered vibration that operates on the same plane as the source. When you live with absolute trust and unlimited provision, money flows because its energy aligns with yours. Abundance doesn't come to fill a void, it comes to reflect the fullness that already exists within you. The key is understanding that you don't attract from what you lack, but from who you are. If you vibrate with purpose, you will attract resources to expand that purpose. If you vibrate with expansion, you will attract opportunities that reflect that expansion. Money ceases to be a pursuit and becomes a mirror of your inner state. This is the power of vibration, calibrating your internal frequency to match the energy of abundance. When you do, the universe responds accordingly because abundance isn't an external reward, it's the natural resonance of your being. Abundance doesn't originate from the external channels we often mistake for the source. Employment, business, contracts, or investments are merely conduits through which the energy of money flows. The most common mistake is believing these conduits are the source, and that's why fear arises when one breaks or closes. Panic emerges because we think the supply has dried up, when in reality, the only thing that has changed is the conduit. The true source is unique and eternal. Divine intelligence, the boundless spring that sustains creation. This source doesn't depend on a boss, a client, or a specific opportunity. It's a river that never stops flowing, and your consciousness is the channel that allows it to express itself. When you identify with the pipe, your energy contracts and blocks new solutions. You cling to the old channel, expend your strength trying to preserve it, and forget that the spring already has 10 more paths ready to open. Scarcity isn't a lack of abundance in the universe, it's a lack of faith in the source. When you trust the source, fear disappears. You understand that if one door closes, it's because another, cleaner one, more aligned with your growth, is about to open. Provision never stops, it simply changes form. Spiritual work isn't about controlling the river, but about keeping the channel clear. It's not about clinging to a rusty pipe, but about trusting that the spring will continue to flow. That trust activates the law of attraction and manifestation, ensuring that there will always be a new path for energy to reach you. Money ceases to be a scarce resource and becomes the natural expression of your connection to the source. The greatest creative power you possess is not in your hands or your physical effort, but in your words. Ancient traditions knew this and repeated it time and again. Words are decrees, and the phrase, "I am," is the master key. Every time you utter those two words, you are invoking the source itself, establishing a vibrational order that the universe must honor. The real self-sabotage happens when you use that power against yourself. When you say, "I'm bad with money, I never have enough," or "I always have bad luck," you're not describing reality, you're creating an energetic contract that forces you to live with that limitation. It's like signing a pact with scarcity. The energy of the universe responds to your self-definition, and if your identity is marked by lack, the flow of abundance is blocked. Metaphysics teaches that naming something gives it existence in your field. Defining yourself as limited activates a subconscious program that sabotages any opportunity for prosperity, because your vibration must be consistent with the identity you have declared. That's why abundance begins the moment you change your self-definition. The work isn't about chasing more money, but about transforming your identity so that money has no choice but to flow toward it. Instead of repeating defeatist phrases, you must use creative words to reprogram your channel. I am abundance, I am guided by the source, I am unlimited provision in action. These aren't superficial affirmations, but acts of creative faith that displace the old identity of scarcity and expand your vibration. When you embrace this new identity, your energy expands and the channels of money open automatically, because the flow seeks coherence with your inner state. This is where the true manifestor is distinguished from the mere dreamer. The former declares their divine truth and embodies it, the latter remains trapped in describing their limitations. The key is in your mouth. What you say after "I am" becomes your reality. And when you consciously choose words of power, the universe responds with abundance, because your vibration already aligns with the limitless source. Abundance isn't blocked by inaction, but by a lack of forgiveness. Resentment, hatred, and bitterness are dense energies that accumulate within you like invisible knots. These knots obstruct the channels through which abundance should flow, generating debt, missed opportunities, and a constant feeling of financial heaviness. It's not a moral punishment, it's energetic coherence. The expansive energy of money cannot coexist with the rigid contraction of resentment. When you choose to truly forgive, the energy trapped in the past is released. What was once tied to the offense begins to circulate again, transforming into creativity, new opportunities, and eventually tangible resources. Forgiveness is not an act of weakness. It is a metaphysical act of deep cleansing. It is opening the inner floodgates so that the source can express itself without obstruction. Forgiveness returns to the present the energy that was trapped in the past. This release becomes available energy for your growth. It's like removing stones from a river. The water flows powerfully again, carrying with it new possibilities. Abundance requires clear channels. It's not enough to declare, "I am abundance," if your inner self is still burdened with resentment. Money is vital energy that seeks coherence, and it can only flow through a system vibrating in freedom. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks that system, the act that dissolves invisible chains and allows abundance to move without resistance. When you forgive, you not only heal your heart, you also heal your finances. Because the energy of money is a reflection of your inner state, and a free heart is the purest channel for abundance to manifest. Provision doesn't live in tomorrow, it lives in the present. The human mind often projects abundance into the future. When I get that contract, when I get a raise, when the opportunity comes. But that expectation is a vibration of lack, because you're telling the universe that you don't have it today. Hope operates in the realm of maybe tomorrow, while faith operates in the realm of it's already here. Ancient texts clearly stated, daily bread is given today. The source doesn't promise, it provides. Abundance isn't a future possibility, it's a vibrational reality of the present moment. When your consciousness anchors in the certainty that you already have what you need, your energy field expands and the flow is activated. The universe always responds to the present state, not to the illusion of what is to come. The key is to still your mind in the absolute present. Faith is the anchor that fixes your vibration in "I already have," and from that certainty resources appear. When you seek prosperity in tomorrow, you push it away because your vibration declares that you lack today. When you affirm provision in the now, you embody it, and the universe moves to sustain that truth. Money doesn't come from the promise of a better future. It comes from the alignment of your inner state in this moment. Abundance is activated when you trust that the source has already provided what is needed for this exact instant. The present is the only place where energy can flow, and when you choose to inhabit it with certainty, provision manifests without resistance. Abundance isn't achieved through anxiety or excessive effort. It's activated through alignment, certainty, and purpose. You've seen how money responds to your vibration, how the words, "I am," define your reality, how forgiveness cleanses your inner channels, how provision manifests in the present, and how faith is the bridge that connects your consciousness to the limitless source. The leap of faith is the ultimate test. It's the moment you decide to trust without any visible guarantees, when you take a step without seeing the path and the path appears. That act isn't hope, it's certainty. It's not wishful thinking, it's creation. It's the perfect frequency that opens the floodgates of abundance and compels the universe to respond. Money ceases to be a pursuit and becomes a natural expression of your being. Your bank account no longer defines your worth, it's merely a reflection of your energetic state. You are not a beggar of the universe, you are a channel of the source. And what flows from the source is never lacking. Abundance is your natural state. Scarcity is merely an illusion created by fear. Now that you know the laws, the key is in your hands. The channel is clear, faith is ignited, and the universe is ready to respond. The question isn't whether abundance exists, but whether you are willing to embody it. Because the metaphysics of money isn't studied, it's lived. And when you choose to live it, every action becomes a decree, every word a key, every step an act of rebirth. Abundance isn't pursued, it's expressed. And you are the channel through which the infinite source chooses to manifest. Do you want me to also prepare a short, punchy intro and outro, like a narrative trailer for the whole script, to hook you from the very first second? As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you in the next video.